Hi guys, I want to come to you today and I want to talk to you about God in us and among us and the many different forms that he takes. In John 1:1, he talks about the Word was with God and he was God. In that way, he's saying he's in and among. Now, the Word takes on different forms. If I was to say, I love you, versus, yeah, I love you. One means, I really do love you, and the other one means, you don't really, you're being sarcastic. The image of God takes on many forms. It's just like the Word. Like in dreams, God comes to me sometimes and appears as he's been a woman, he's been a man, he's been one time he was a really fluffy lion. Oh, it was awesome. That was a good one. He takes on different forms, just like you and I. I don't appear in my videos because I believe that will make you see me as a different person. And God lives in me, but then I meet other people that also have the truth, that have been raised up out of the grave of condemnation and of and judgment, and they've been raised up into the clarity of love and truth. In that way, Jesus is inside of me, and those that have the same truth, that he is among me. So he's in me, but I also see him in other people. In Revelation 21:3, I want to go to that right now and give you another example of it. Sorry, I haven't been ready. I heard a loud shout from the throne saying, "Look, the home of God is now among his people. He will live with them, and they will be his people. God himself will be with them." So that is another in us and among us. Also, in Revelation 21:22 is, "No temple could be seen in the city, for the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are its temple. And the city has no need for a sun or a moon, for the glory of God illuminates the city, and the Lamb will be its light. And the nations of the earth will walk in its light, and the rulers of this world will come and bring their glory to it. And the gates will never close at the end of the day, because there is no night. And all the nations will bring their glory and honor into the city." So in us and among us, because they're bringing it into. So that's a perfect picture of like a supper, or when we commune with someone, when we talk back and forth. I'm bringing to you, almost like a potluck, I'm bringing to you the words that he speaks to me. I'm sharing them with you. You're taking them in and thinking about them. That's like ingesting them and digesting them, having them go through your system, and you present them to God. Is this okay to eat? He says, yes, it is. And then you eat of that. Or no, save it. We'll save it for another time. Let's shelve it. Okay, so that's anyone who believes in me is in. Anyone who believes, meaning you, is among. So see, this kind of goes in line with God is face to face, because first we have to meet him face to face. And in that, he's speaking of Matthew 24:5. And I'll read that to you. It is, "For many will come in my name, saying, I am the Messiah, and they will lead many astray." So here's the difference. There's two kind of people here. Number one, this kind of person that says, Jesus lives in me. Jesus resurrected me out of the grave. Out of love, he chose to save me. He can save you too. Here's the other person. The other person may say that he is the Messiah, and he did it himself. And you need to follow these rules in order to be saved like me. Do you see the difference? One is out of love, and the other one is out of judgment and condemnation. And if there's judgment and condemnation, you're still in the law and there is no love. But in 1 John 4:8, he clearly says, John says, God is love. And I can also attest to this. It is the most unbelievable, unconditional love that I have ever known in my whole life. It is not of this earth. It is a heavenly love. There is no beginning and there is no end to this love that I confess that I have felt. It's unbelievable. So I want you for a minute, whoever's listening, to close your eyes and picture for me yourself fully clothed with shirts and pants and a jacket and everything, all of those clothing pieces on. Now I want you to picture that I am giving you new clothes that are form-fitted for you. In order to put on those clothes, you're going to have to remove the clothing that you have on. The clothing represents the word perceived as judgment and condemnation. You must remove the old to receive the new. And the new is love. Love is the new form. It's not judgment and condemnation. When I looked up the word form, one of the meanings was manifestation or appearance. So in Luke 17:22, I'll flip over there and I'll read that to you too. 17:22 says, "Reports will reach you that the Son of Man has returned and that he is in this place or that. Don't believe such reports or go out and look for him." Why? Why, you ask? Why would I not go out and look for him? Because Christ told me so. Okay, well, where is Christ appearing first? Inside of us. Remember, the kingdom is within, and it has to appear inside first before you can recognize it outside. This is why, is because Christ first has to appear in us before we see it in others. Isn't that marvelous? It just occurred to me today, and I just thought that was amazing. And when this happens, you're going beyond the jots and tittles, and you are seeing the new heaven and the new earth formed out of love. Just like when the Word, which is love, created the heavens and earth. The Word, remember? I just told you in John 1 John 4:8, God is love. God is love, okay? But remember, the Word, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and you remember that? Okay, so let's take it one step farther. Remember, God created the heavens and the earth out of the Word. And the new form, I shouldn't say new, because it always has been. It's just been corrupted to mean something else. Judgment and condemnation. It's not. So the new heaven and the new earth was formed out of love. So love created the heavens and the earth. The old order of judgment and condemnation has passed away. No longer the old form of judgment, laws, rules, condemnation. And you receive the new message, love, to those who have ears. Remember when he says to those who have ears? That means open your ears to hearing what the Spirit is saying. Love. Open your mind so you might see something other than just judgment and condemnation, but you will not see it until you remove that old covering of judgment and condemnation. Remember, he loved us first. He didn't judge us first. He loved us first. Otherwise, it would have said, God judged us first to send his one and only son. No, it says God loved us first and sent his one and only son to die for us. Okay. So I'm going to give you one last example before I go here. So here's an example, committing suicide. A hot topic. Okay, so the law says it's wrong and you will be condemned and judged for it. Okay? Here's an example. So, man next to another man, and there's a shooter, and the shooter is going to shoot either him or you, and he's pointing at the other guy, and he's going to shoot. So you step out in front of the shooter in order for him to be saved. But the law says you will be condemned for committing suicide, for taking your own life. But the message of love is, I love you. I love you. And I want to do that. If you don't believe me, Christ did this for you. Christ did this for me. He had the ability to save himself, to take himself off that cross, but he didn't. He did it for you, and he did it for me. He died to save us out of love. Christ did this. He healed people on the Sabbath that went against the law out of love. Love. The kingdom law, or not law, it's more of a message than anything. In the kingdom, the only message we receive is love. I hope these words are encouraging and they might direct you on your path and bring you some light. And I just want to share a meal with you guys because I feel like God is leading me to do that. And I've been hoarding a lot of foods inside of myself. And I feel like now he's encouraging me to bring them out into the open and provide encouragement for other people and a little bit of food for thought. Blessings be with you guys today. Many, 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 many blessings on you. And I pray your day goes well and that you're blessed. Okay, thanks for watching.